All right, call this order and statement of compliance with the Open Public Meetings Act and JSA 10.48-8. At desired, this meeting has been advertised in accordance with the New Jersey Open Public Meetings Act and is publicly accessible in accordance with the law. Roll call.
Sure.
Yes.
Rocco. Tom,
Here.
Sarah, Maria, Teresa.
Here.
Rosemary, Dr. Sasso, Gina,
Here.
Mayor Walker, and Frank Weber.
Here.
Salute to the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I make a motion to go into executive session, do we have to place? So, can I get a motion to go into executive session?
So moved.
Second.
I will pause the recording.
All in favor? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
We went into executive session at 7:03.
7:03.
Frank and Lynn.
Okay. Thank you. What time did you start?
7:02.
Okay, very punctual, sit down. Alrighty, so we're going to take a vote on the 3 items that we discussed.
Let's do the minutes. So.
Oh, okay. Alright, so let's go over the minutes from last meeting.
I just had a clarification, and Linda, it's probably not your fault. We were all confused and yelling about what committees we wanted to be on. So I see you have me on personnel, but I was also asking, policy. If you don't need me on personnel, that's fine, but I definitely want to do policy.
It's up to you.
Policy.
Do you want just, I thought you just said you wanted, actually, I said I wanted you to be on policy.
Okay.
Okay, so that's fine. I think do we have 3 people on, personnel?
We will still have 3 on
So
personnel.
then if we have 3 on personnel, that's fine. And Rosemary and I were, and where were we? Oh, no, who was I with the other day? Was it you? I don't know. Somebody told me it's traveling.
It came in the
Oh,
packet.
no.
I have.
Oh, she's traveling a lot.
I'm gonna say board has probably doing Linda's thing, which makes me.
I met her, somebody I know is related to her. I can't see anything but the other day. So it's the related to that. And they said she's traveling. I said, no, because she hasn't returned any worry yet. That's probably.
Yeah, and that's gonna be a concern as well, because our process with the treasurer is going to have to change with the new finance person.
Was it done over the minutes? Keep it. Thank you. Finish us. Are there any other changes to the minutes that anyone wants to make? So if I get a motion to accept the minutes,
So moved.
second? Okay. Roll call. But I'm sorry, Lynn?
Yes.
Rocky Martinez, Tom?
Yes.
Teresa?
Yes.
Yes. Gina? Yes. Frank?
Yes.
Thank you. All right, so we'll start with the personnel.
Okay, you can do A and B together, Gina.
Okay. All right, so personnel, the ratification of February 17th, emergency motion appointing of Vincent DeSerto, facilities management, effective February 23rd, at the annual salary of 76,541.58. I need a motion for that one, and I also need a motion for the ratification of the termination of employee 1505 effective February 17th. Can I get a motion for those two, A and B?
So moved.
Someone second, please. All right, roll call.
Okay, Tom,
Yes.
Teresa,
Yes.
I am yes, Gina,
Yes.
Frank,
Yes.
Lynn,
Yes.
okay, thank you.
Okay, and then C is accepting the resignation of Irene Mann, Executive Assistant for Finance, effective April 2nd. Can I get a motion for that, please?
I'll make the motion.
Second,
Second.
Lisa. Roll call, please.
Teresa,
Yes.
I am a yes, Gina,
Yes.
Frank,
Yes.
Lynn,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
okay, thank you.
Okay, so now we're on to.
Then we have the three add-ons based on discussions of executive session. First is approval of Felicia Fleming for a 10% out of title stipend on per diem basis from March 18th up to and including the 25th,
26th.
26th. Need a motion.
Can I get a motion?
I'll move it.
Okay.
Okay, Teresa. Second,
Second.
okay, roll call, please.
Sure, I am a yes, Gina,
Yes.
Frank,
Yes.
Lynn,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
and Teresa,
Yes.
thank you.
Next, letter E will be a motion to appoint Melissa Harris as Executive Assistant for Finance effective April 3rd, 2026. Is that a correct effective date?
She's gonna have to start training before then. And we want her to have as much time with Irene as she can get. I think that's what I'm hearing, right? I would actually put it in for the 16th. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because that gives you just about 2.5 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay, so appointment of Melissa Harris, Executive Assistant for Finance effective March 16th, 2026. At a salary of $71,000 prorated for 2026.
I'm sorry, it's 71,720. So
71,000.
Okay. So can I get a motion?
Thank you.
Okay, and a second, please.
Second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Gina,
Yes.
Frank,
Yes.
Lynn,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Teresa,
Yes.
and I am yes, thank you.
And lastly, a motion to consolidate Executive Assistant for Personnel, Linda Reynolds stipend into base salary for a revised 2026 total of $71,720 and to revise the contract accordingly.
Okay, can I get a motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Okay, roll call, please.
Frank,
Yes.
Lynn,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Yes.
Teresa, I am a yes, Gina, yes, thank you. Second that, correct?
Yep. Okay. Now we'll move on to the finance. And does anybody have any discussion on finance?
I get a couple. On page 2. Empower Trust Company. It's subset P 1504. What is that?
I'm sorry, I need to find, which one is it? You said page?
Yeah, it's on page 2. Voucher list, Empire Trust Company, LLC.
Yes.
Page 2, say that again, Frank, which one was it?
Empower
What's that?
Trust Company.
Oh,
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not even looking at the right thing. Frank, it's DCRP.
Yeah.
It's one of the retirement.
It's for employer's contribution to the part-timers, pensions, the 3%.
Just,
Oh, yeah.
if we just tag some of these items like that where you don't have to go fishing for them, for what they are. I don't need the person's name certainly, but just,
Well, it's where, it's what they put the pension into.
no, I understand that.
How do you want us to take it then? I'm sorry.
What I'm saying, but retired person's donation, whatever, it is, not donation.
Okay.
Oh, you mean in the memo?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, well, I guess we'll do the accounts, we can put something, well,
No, here.
and the memory wants it. So rather than.
Yeah, the accounts, the chart of accounts has a,
Like pension or something like that.
that's just gonna be a general ledger account.
See, all that comes up for me is this.
But now, so the cook for now, so, just asking, but the DCR, we are probably on my phone for that. Correct?
All I can get is.
Or you can give me a
Okay,
decoder.
I'll have to talk to them.
No, I'll get it out of my Cracker Jack, no problem.
Thank you, because I was looking at them on page entirely. I was like, ah.
Yeah, it's on page 2. See it? What it says in power right now? Yeah. All right, and you said you had another question, Frank?
No, I don't think so.
No?
So these, when we have expenses related to programs we offer. If there are fees charged for those programs, that these will appear in the vouchers where the revenue is?
Yes.
Is that here? Okay.
Any other questions? Sorry. Any other questions about the bill?
Oh, you sure?
Yeah, no, I had it at home.
Oh, okay.
I read it. I just didn't print it. I printed everything else.
My copy is not full, so they don't need everything. I was at my.
When I open this with this, all that comes up is this. I don't get everything else.
Oh, no, you talked about.
Wrong person.
Individually, if you would like, but if anybody here wants me to mail them a packet by regular mail as well, I do that for Frank and Maria, if you would like a packet by mail. I can do that.
The zip won't open up on your iPhone.
Okay,
It won't do
so
that,
if I try my iPad. it will
If you
open.
do it on your iPad.
I'll try that.
It'll open up it'll open up a file and then you have to click on that and then it opens up another file with everything listed underneath it.
Okay,
You sent them those 11 by 17 pages.
Wow,
How good are you? Great.
I print them on my own little, I'm like, look, it's.
Alrighty, so are there any other questions that the Frank, any other questions?
No.
Okay, so can I get a motion to accept?
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Roll call please.
Lynn,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Teresa,
Yes.
I am yes, Gina,
Yes.
Frank,
Yes,
thank you.
Old business. Okay, old business.
How is your new manager working? Project.
He's doing well. I heard good things about him. And contracted, just let you know.
Yeah, he's already, so our cleaning contract will be expiring in June or July. So he has, one of the things that I've really been trying to find time for is working with, the owner of that, cleaning company to go through our building. We have some issues to address. Number one, our cleaning only happens during hours that the library is open. And that's not typically how we get things cleaned. And then the number of hours, are they sufficient? And not everything that's in the contract being done, nor is there actually time to get everything done that's in the contract. But Vincent went through and he found that we were missing 2.5 hours of cleaning time every week from what we were supposed to have. So he met with that person this morning and they're going through it. There are 2 big projects that we'll talk about, that the lighting in the garden, and we'll talk about that. But once those are done, he's already started getting estimates from companies for high dusting, for vent cleaning, for power washing, all the things that will, be in his area. And of course, still reported to the board in the same way, but I won't have to do the legwork on them. So he's doing quite well. Yeah, very good.
These things that he's getting, talking to people about. Does that have anything to do with the cleaning service that you want to get?
Yes, we are looking at, so since the contract is gonna be up in June or July, we're getting estimates from other companies so that we can take a look at what we would do. Right now, we've gone along as part of the town's contract. And I'm not sure, we'll see how we wanna do that moving forward, but I wanted to give this vendor the benefit of the doubt to go through everything that's being done or not being done, so that we can have a good conversation and give them the opportunity to fulfill what they've already agreed to.
Yeah, I think from what I've seen. What they have to do here is different than what they do in the rest of the complex. Yeah, and it's not getting done. Not getting done.
I mean, if you needed another name, I could probably furnish you one.
Send it along to us. So just so you know, I've been working on this as I could the whole time. I've got some estimates, and the more estimates we have, the better. And what I'm asking these people to do when they come in is they're asking me how many hours and this and that, and I'm telling them, you tell me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't know. But we need the building to have a thorough cleaning every day. That should be happening in our off hours, but during the day, we also have cleaning. Like I said, we're regularly getting to 800 people a day coming in here. That can't be a once a day mopping of the bathroom. So, it's a lot.
There's a problem with that, we don't say that.
Yeah, and it's a product, it depends on the products that they use.
Yes.
That's a big thing,
But
and that's
fabulous,
what-
all it does is mask the sun, that's all it does. It
I don't even.
doesn't clean.
Yeah, I mean, we order those supplies right now as part of it, but the whole contract, we just need to take a holistic approach to the cleaning and the day-to-day running of the building. And that's where our facility manager is out there. He can, they went through today and took pictures of everything in the building and the conditions. And the vendor wasn't happy with what he saw, so he was speaking to his people and all of that. But in the past, the manager of that company has come to the library to meet with me maybe once or twice in 3 years. I've never seen that person come to do quality control, to
Mhm.
talk to their employees,
Yeah.
none of that. But now that there's someone to guide them into our expectations, that's already happening.
Can I just clarify something that I think you said? You're looking for a cleaning contract where they come in off hours. But they're also here intermittently during hours?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, because we have, when we've got small kids running around, if somebody gets
Yeah.
sick, who's cleaning that up? Cause I'm gonna let you know,
find something.
I'm gonna let you know, I'm not,
Whoever was late for the day.
yeah, right,
Yeah, all
right.
But not only that now, so in the off hours, how does that work? Is this cleaning company here on the off hours? No.
So we have to decide, this cleaning company is not,
Right.
and this is where we can't hold them responsible for that.
Right.
You know what I mean? We haven't given them the opportunity to do that. I don't even know if they do that. Yeah, I don't think they do either. I think they come in when we're open.
I believe they have other contracts that they do, buildings in the evening, and I think those are already set. He only has his set through. That he distributes through different buildings. Who cleans here is different than who they clean in
This
the
really could
municipality.
use. I mean, at least 3 times a week. Overnight cleaning.
Yeah.
I mean, with
Oh,
everybody's
without a
out,
doubt.
especially in the winter, when everybody's tracking everything in,
Mhm.
without a doubt.
And that's where, like I said, I want us to be able to have a good report from the facility manager who has time to go through, talk to all of those contractors. Get my input, come to me and give me a proposal that I can then bring to you and we can all discuss it.
Yeah, we have to make sure that they, carpet cleaning, the cleaning company I have, they do it all. And so if, when the office is closed at 5 o'clock, I stay and I let the guy in and I wait for him to get done cleaning and then I, because it's a different person, so I'm not giving them keys.
All right, and then what would you do for that? Who would be here?
Nobody.
You
So
would
this
let
is
them
the
come in?
problem, yeah, is that, I mean, unless we're gonna have an overnight facility manager, nobody's gonna be here for that.
These companies are bonded.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I think it wouldn't be much of a problem. And of course, if the a book was missing or something like that.
Yeah, and I mean, we do have cameras.
Yeah.
You know, we have cameras, and I've never worked in a library where we only had cleaning during the open hours. You simply can't, you can't ask people to interrupt their Zoom call so that you can come in and vacuum the study room.
Yeah.
And, we've also got people having snacks in here. And, those are things that we need to decide as we move forward. With what we're allowing, and, right now, we don't allow people reserving the rooms to bring in food. Because I don't have a cleaning crew on the weekend and nobody wants your leftover tray of ziti. The only thing that we can do is also be like a national park. And take it in with you and take it out with you, and I do allow that, but people will raise an eyebrow when you tell them they have to take their own garbage with them. But we don't, I mean, I don't have garbage cans for people to cater their events here.
Well, can we put like a lockbox on the door so that they, we can give like someone a combination? Like a foreman of that's what we've done in the past. I mean, what I did now I can't do because the way the building is alarmed. But it's a lockbox, like you do in real estate, and the person gets the code and.
How about the swipes? Because the swipes keep track of who's coming in
Yeah.
and out of the building.
That can absolutely be done, but they will need to turn the code on and off for the building,
Right.
for the burglar alarm.
Is there access by the employee?
Mhm.
Okay, that's fine,
Yeah.
That's a great way, because you keep track who has.
Now, do you wanna offer that opportunity for people when they rent a room to have food? Because then on that matter, then that would be like I do now, after I have in my community room, when someone has a party, I do the same thing as other, because we charge a small security deposit. But if the company has to come in to clean, if you spill something on the ground, they go to security deposit.
And that's the thing, it also impacts, our, insects, vermin, like all that kind of thing, the longevity of the furniture, all of that kind of thing. Are we better off not having food? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, if you're having a library sponsored event, it's one thing,
Right.
okay? But for somebody to come in here, because they're an Old Bridge resident, and have lunch, I don't know, that doesn't sound right.
Yeah. And well, it'll evolve, and we'll see. Our spaces are gonna get a little more regulated. What was the computer room in the back is now called the small meeting room, because if we have a large meeting room, we have a small meeting room.
Right.
And I always tell staff, we don't defend empty space. So we want that well utilized by the community, so people can sign up tonight. We had all of our rooms full with activities going on, and, we want the community coming here and meeting.
And people can rent the rec room, right, the recreation building.
Yeah, they can come in there,
They can have.
and also
parties.
silver linings.
Yeah.
There's plenty of space on the
Yeah,
town.
so it's not like they have to do this.
So,
Anything else on our business?
I think, I don't know if you wanna do old or new business, I wanted to bring up the atrium renovation and the use of the QPA.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you to pass these around, and I'll show you. First, I want to thank Harry Brennan. He did these drawings for us, a while ago. And then I'm gonna pass around in a different direction, an overview. And I apologize, we'll go in this direction with these. So they're, when Harry came in, when we were trying to decide what to do with the atrium has been kind of a bit of a problem for a long time, because it was always volunteers directing what was happening with the space. So at times we've had fountains, at times we've had trees, at times we had rainwater collection. It's been a lot of different directions with the garden. And what that has resulted in is in it being overgrown, unmanageable, not flat, lots of concerns about lots of different things. And when the town came in to try and clean everything up prior to my arrival 3 years ago, somebody kicked up a rock with the weed whacker and it broke one of the windows. And it turned into a big kind of a mess. So we don't want those kinds of activities going on there. We also don't have wide doors going in. We have 2 exits to the parking lot, but none of the doors is wide enough to bring in heavy, real big equipment. So what I had proposed, and I apologize if anybody wants, I can go get these. I also did, we had one person envision what the garden could look like. But if you look at what I gave you, it's what Harry came up with last year, which was, that's a partial map that he did. He did the whole map, it printed out that way. But it's a map of the garden showing where things are, and then a very simple list of what's being done. Clear everything out, install pavers and all of that kind of thing, create the planters. And we had only one proposal. He sent this out to a lot of different landscapers and we only had one. And that, I'll give this to you if you wanna see, this is one that we have. It is over what is the library's bid threshold. So that's why we went through getting use of the town's QPA with the agreement for shared services that was approved by the council. So now moving forward, up to $53,000, we can get this done without having to go out to bid. Because this is as close as I came to developing bid specs for what we're doing. Now, the proposal that I've given you is not to be shared. Because it's unethical to give it to other contractors to use to bid on. But I just wanted to give you an example. This company has really shown us a lot of care in what they came up with in coming here and coming up with a design. It would be beautiful. It's pavers, it is picnic tables, it's 5 different planters. So that then I can say, yes, Girl Scout troop number 2201, you can have that one. Yes, senior center, you can do that one. So everyone can participate. We can grow herbs, we can do vegetables in one, whatever we want to do. But that space is going to become open to the public when we allow it, when the weather's good. People will be able to take a book and go out there and read something. And we'll have story times where the kids can be corralled in there. We've got, like I said, 2 emergency exits to the parking lot, and there are 5 doors inside the library going to that garden space. So what the process is next, we can't simply award the contractor, even though we've searched high and low to get people.
But let me finish, I just, not to interrupt you, but how did we get this out? Because I mean, I know, I have several contractors that do this. I didn't know that it went out to anyone.
So it didn't get sent formally. Harry Brennan has a lot of contacts in that world,
Okay.
and he sent it out to
Oh, okay.
6 or 7 different people, and only one came back. And when I saw that it was over bid threshold, I said, we have to stop because we need to get, if we can use the town's QPA, then we can move ahead with this. So last week I sent to the municipality the drawing and the overview of what needs to be done so that then we can do our first formal QPA collaboration. And that's the material that they need. And they post it then on the town's website, and it doesn't have to go out for a formal bid, but then we'll get any proposals that come in addition to what we have. And then we've done our due diligence with trying to find someone to do the garden. If that makes sense.
What is QPA?
Qualified purchasing agent, and by using a qualified purchasing agent, your bid, so our maximum is 17,500. In the state, everybody else was increased for their bid threshold except for libraries. Don't know why. If you use a qualified purchasing agent, there's a rigorous training that they go through, and that increases your bid threshold to $53,000. So that means that the other project that I'm hoping that we can use the QPA for is lighting. You see that half of our lights are out. So for a lighting renovation, that's the next one that we'll do. And these are projects that, like I said, don't have to go through the whole bid process, but they do need oversight. So what I would like for the board to approve is not this proposal. This is just an example to let you know what we're looking for. What I would ask for the board to do, and this isn't on the agenda, so I understand if we can't right now. But what I'd like to do is approve the expenditure using the QPA to find a landscaper for this project up to $53,000.
Honestly, I mean, just about any project you do here, you're gonna have to use a QPA, because 17 is a very small.
Of course. And we did it when I first got here. The doors needed an emergency replacement in the front of the building. But this is absolutely, so what we did was we talked about it and, Chris was very helpful. And the town's attorney was very helpful in coming together and putting together an agreement for shared services. So that we can use their QPA, and we approved that, and then they approved it in January, and now we're ready for the projects to start.
I've never heard of David's Lawn and Landscape Design, doesn't mean, I think he does more homes. From what I recognize the name, but I don't see a lot of commercial in, I deal mostly commercial. But I mean, I think, I mean, not to say he's not doing, but I think we should get at least another 2 bids at a minimum.
So this is why we would
Yeah.
go through the QPA.
Right.
So once we do that, it gets posted on the town's website so that everybody can see, this is what the library is looking for, here's what we need to get done. Then our facility manager will host everyone coming in with any questions that they have. Everyone will be able to come in and see the space. And they will give us proposals on a certain day. And then what I would do is ask the Buildings and Grounds Committee to review those to select the final one. And that's because if we can approve up to 53,000 for a complete renovation of the garden, including those things, then we can finish that and get on a calendar for a landscaper to have this done for the summer. If we do continue pushing things off, we're not gonna get on anybody's calendar. And I sent to the Buildings and Grounds Committee on the 5th, these materials. And, there are just certain things, like it's gonna be a lot less, work if somebody can come in and get started now, as opposed to July, when the grass is 5 foot tall. There's ticks, there's all of those things. And, we will be paying special attention to drainage. And making sure that that's a part of it. And that's why I liked the proposal that came in, because they were very diligent about
Yeah, he's not taking any responsibility for the irrigation. Do we have sprinkler systems?
no,
Oh, okay.
no, there's no sprinkler system. Our sprinkler systems are out in the grass outside of the building,
Okay,
nothing in there.
and then now the drainage that would have to be, you're saying there has to be some sort of drainage inside the.
There is a drain. If you look at this, there's a drain here. The storm drain's in the middle.
How good is that?
We don't have any flooding, we don't have a problem.
The three quotes that you got when we went over the 17.5,
What's that?
did you get 3 quotes, and price for 17.5 first?
For 17.5?
Yeah, 17,500.
No, I'm aware of this project, the only estimate that I got was over 50,000. And when I realized that that's the ballpark we were in, I needed to prioritize getting the shared services agreement with the QPA so that we can move forward.
And you put this out, the QPAs will they compete against each other?
The QPA will post it on the town's website and they will collect all of the proposals.
It'll be a competitive conflict.
Yeah, okay.
The only thing I'm gonna tell you, and I went on the town website the other day because I'm on the Shade Tree Commission, and we're trying to find a landscaper to plant trees. You couldn't find it on the website. It was not on.
And we're gonna put it
And
on
most
our,
have been on there a year ago.
we're gonna put it on our social media.
Okay.
You know what I mean? The board's gonna, you all are going to be notified that that's going on. And at minimum, we would hope that we would get at least 2 more
The
proposals.
sad part about that is, do you know how many people don't know that they have to go on a website for the bids? That's they just don't know. I'm like, yeah, you just have to go on the website to do it. They go, what? So then 2 people told me it wasn't there. I was on it yesterday and I could not find it. Yeah,
Amy then,
that's probably why we can't get a landscaper to plant trees in Oakridge.
call Amy. and tell her it's not on there.
I don't know who did Middletown Public Library, but about a year ago, they did the whole front of their building. And they have something very similar to what you're talking about with a couple of benches, a beautiful garden, a quiet area for people to just sit if you want outside. It really is lovely. I don't know who did that project, but it's similar to what you're looking for.
Yeah, and that's what the space was intended for. I understand that the intention was to have everyone come in and volunteer and get their hands dirty and be involved. But unless we're going to have a person dedicated to managing that space. I worked at the Ford Foundation at the very beginning of my career. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that building. It's by the UN in Manhattan.
Right.
The entire first floor is trees and a creek, a river. It's a beautiful, beautiful atrium. And, they have an entire staff dedicated to keeping that running smoothly. I don't think that anybody could justify the, commitment of taxpayer dollars to having a gardener. But what we can do is make the space, minimal, maintenance required. And that's done by, someone had said to me, oh, maybe we wanna do some pavers no. We want pavers.
Yeah.
We want
Yeah.
pavers, and then we will do, you can do 5 different plant spaces there. And make it really nice. Let's see what people can come up with. But I know that there are a lot of landscapers who are very busy. I worked with other landscapers to try and get other proposals. And they would keep talking to me and then I would get nothing. So I don't know why.
If you don't do this now, you're not getting a good, you're just not.
Right.
I've been out in December.
Yeah.
For March and April.
Yeah.
And I picked them in January because you're gonna get what's left, and it's not worth anything.
So what I was hoping for, like I said, is just for the board to approve renovation of the garden up to 53,000 with the use of the QPA.
Mhm.
So that way we know that we have proper oversight, and the Buildings and Grounds Committee, I will share everything with them, with the QPA.
So when we post it on the town site, if the QPAs don't necessarily see it, do we have a list of the QPAs throughout the state that can handle those and send it to them directly?
A QPA is a qualified purchasing
No,
agent.
I know, but I'm talking about a group that's qualified to do this work. Do we have a handle on how many there are that will give you the quote and be able to do the project, rather than hoping they look for us as opposed to we look for them?
Right, but a QPA doesn't give you a quote. A QPA is our town
I
employee.
understand that.
You mean the actual landscape?
Yes, the actual lens.
No, they have to, that's what I'm trying to explain to you. A contractor, it could be, you could put it on marquee if you want, but what, you have to understand something, someone has to go on the website to bid on this. That's where, unfortunately, that's where the ball drops. Most contractors don't know that they have to bid on it. I go through it with the Shade Commission every year. We had an excavating company bid on planting trees. He planted nothing and held us up for 6 months, because that's how the contract was written. So unless we, and like she said, put it on social media, it won't get out there. So we as a board, if you know a contractor, say, hey, by the way, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna mention to 2 or 3 of my contractors, by all means, please go on our website and bid on this. And let them do that. That's what we're gonna have to do, because it's not readily available.
We'll put a link on our page as well.
Yeah.
But I will tell you that one of the things slowing people down with this project is the fact that the stumps have to be hand ground.
Ugh.
At least that's what people have told me. When I first got here, there was because the equipment fitting through the doors.
That's something you might wanna do with the township too, make sure that we have the walkthrough mandatory. Because they're not gonna get what we're dealing with, this is a very unusual space. Because like the stump grinder is a perfect example.
Yeah.
You can't get it in there, and then if you do, you're gonna break windows, so you can't do that anyway.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and I, as with any of our projects, I make sure that DPW is engaged and involved. And I just wanna take a moment to thank them again, because getting that office moved, getting this renovation project done, they did all of our demolition. and they were quick and they were responsive and they put in electrical for us. So DPW is definitely helping us out.
Who, once this project is put in place, who landscapes and take care of property, DPW does?
The outside of the
Yeah.
building, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, and one of the things, so our facility manager has started, so we had two proposals for the lighting renovation. And we've got, those will all get sent through the QPA. Once we get this project started, then we can get that one going. And those are the only two I see right now that we're gonna need the QPA for. But half of our lights are out and the garden is a disaster. So once those are done, the electricians are kind of, people are coming by and they're saying, your exit signs aren't bright enough, your lights outside are all
We
knocked
have-
over.
Exit lights here? I cannot believe this passes our fire code. We have exits right here that are glow in the dark. I have the same fire
So
marshal,
when you got a bad Sunday, it's tough.
but what, I have the same inspectors come to my buildings, that would never pass. I'm blown away that that's how this is. I don't know if it was, I guess it's grandfathered in, I don't know how, but
For some reason, electrical, we've got a lot of people ready to come in and very excited. Landscaping's been a harder job, but this is where, like I said, if we can approve just that we're going to do the project, have the expenditure, Buildings and Grounds Committee involved and the QPA, using the town's QPA. And I believe Gina and Rosemary, you have to, they need your signatures on the shared services agreement, perfect. Yep.
4 copies.
And those can go to the town, and once that's done, we should be
okay.
ready to ride. But if we can do that vote, then we can get this done and move on to our other projects.
Okay, so let's take a vote on providing this information to the QPA so we can move on the landscape project and the electrical project.
I'll make the motion.
Second? Second. Okay, roll call please.
Sure. Lynn,
Yes.
Tom,
Yes.
Teresa,
Yes.
I'm a yes, Gina,
Yes?
Frank,
Yes.
thank you.
Alright,
So if anybody sees a nice commercial property that's just been recently done, that has somebody who looks talented enough,
With the sign.
Mhm.
can we reach out for them?
I'll
The
start
ones that
putting my
don't,
little.
the ones that don't have the signs like that one.
Right. I'll stick my antennas out.
okay. Yeah,
Any full business? Yes, okay, new business. Do we have any new business? No new business? Okay, let's move on to director's report, please.
okay, I'm very excited for you all to see, this was in your packets. 2025 year in review, so this is our infographic that we made for the community with just some of our statistics and numbers for the year. And then this is sort of the basis for our annual report. So because we were behind, we just got the 2024 annual report done. Now we're gonna start getting to the 2025 annual report. So you can see the number of books, the number of website views, physical people coming in, and Pam's gonna continue providing these numbers like 54,000 ebooks checked out, 200,000 physical books checked out. And I'm gonna tell you, we are continuing to work on our statistics. They're not reflecting, they're not making sense. So as an example, our circulations, we know it's busy in here and people are taking things out. So we expect our numbers to be higher than what we're seeing. And then when we look at what we're lending to the consortium and borrowing from the consortium, both of those numbers have been a significant increase from the previous year. So how could those be a significant increase, but our total circulations is not? So we're looking into all of these things. And Frank, I kept it in mind because I know that you're always concerned about what we're lending as opposed to what we're borrowing. And we are only lending about 3,000 more books a year than we're borrowing. So last year was around
Mhm.
19,000 that we lent out and 16,000 that we borrowed. So we're not that far off.
Well, shouldn't we have, on certain books, for example, let's say we buy 6 copies of a book. Should there be a limit on if we have 4 or 5 of them out only, we can only let 1 or 2, we don't let them go into our quarter.
We already have things done for circulation. That's their business. That's what they do. So we don't have new books, for instance, don't go out to the other libraries right away, things like that. So yeah, I mean, we're being strategic with our book purchases.
When somebody comes in for a printed book, do we, if they're looking online for it, do we also tell them if it's available as an ebook as part of that?
Well, of course, yeah.
Okay, I didn't know.
Well, I'm just saying, that's library 101. So our staff are well trained and they're on it.
A lot of ebooks. It lists if it's a regular book, a large print book, ebook. You have your choice of when I go on to reserve the book, it lists.
Looking for classic comics.
Now, that's gonna bring me to my next piece, thank you. There is an online comic books database. And it is called Comics Plus. And we know that our manga is very popular in addition to our classic comic books. It's about $3,000 a year, and I'm gonna add that with our online services. I won't be increasing our databases, but we're gonna do that, because you can see here about a quarter of our circulations are ebooks, according to this. I think that number is actually, I think it's closer to a third, but again, we're sorting through how the consortium is counting numbers and then how I know that they should be counted. So we're getting there with that. One of the other databases, the high school just asked us, there's a database called JSTOR, very standard academic library database. And JSTOR was very well regarded for, they were the first one, like you would go into like EBSCO databases, if you're familiar with any of these, and they would give you like the last 5 years of content. JSTOR went in and did the full run back to the beginning of when that journal was there. Well, when Rocco was out talking to other people in similar positions to his around the state, they said that they use JSTOR. So I contacted them, and JSTOR used to be incredibly expensive. This is gonna be a lot of peer-reviewed articles, so this is gonna be more heading towards AP, but also we want our community to be looking at peer-reviewed articles if they want to. Let's give them access. So I checked in with them, and it was only $700 a year for access to that. And I have to look into it. It also says that you have access to Art Store. Art Store is about 88,000 fine art images in that database. So those are things that we're gonna be adding to further collaborate with the schools and engage the community with our online offerings. So comics are in and a hit. Okay. National Library Week is coming up the week of April 19th. We are planning for that. We have activities going on. With regard to our renovation, the bathrooms are about midway through, and the server closet started today. And it's impressive already. They already have the framing up for that server closet. We have had, there are a couple of little things that need to get done. There are 2 benches that were not sturdy that I sent back, and the company is remanufacturing them. You'll see some tall book displays right outside. You'll see them on your way out. Those were supposed to be slat wall to go out in our foyer, so that I can take those big slat walls down, because they're blocking our fan coil heating units. I don't know why anyone thought that that was a good idea. And this summer I am gonna wanna look at getting those units replaced. Because I don't think they're efficient and they're weird. Anyway, we're gonna take a look at those things. With regard to our renovation, I was really excited. I just took a picture of our new circulation desk and we put it on our social media. And we have nearly 100 likes on Facebook and nearly 100 on Instagram. And we haven't had a single complaint.
Nice.
That everyone has said that they're extremely pleased with
That's
what
a
we're doing.
miracle.
Yeah.
One complaint, can you imagine that?
Yeah, and you know, a while ago, a patron had said to me, you know, we do pay a significant amount of taxes here, they deserve nice things in the library.
Absolutely.
And that was really, you know, important to me, so we're on our way, we're doing that. When I get back from my time away on the 26th, I'm gonna be meeting with staff to go over the children's area and the reference and computing area, so that we can get those proposals started. Now that we've been through this first cycle with creative library concepts, I think that we can all see how they work and the quality and how things are going, so that we can move ahead with some of the other phases. And we stayed open the whole time,
Great,
so
well done.
that's exciting. I told some of our members, we had somebody try to steal $15,000 from us.
What?
You can pass it around if you wanna look. Someone stole a check that was made out to one of our book distributors. They whited out
My goodness.
the typed
Oh, yeah.
name of the
Did you write it out?
company
Oh, yeah.
and the and the amount of money.
Goodness.
They then hand wrote it in, and I wanna shout out to Amboy Bank.
They caught it?
Because they caught it and they sent us an email.
That's a high amount.
It's extremely impressive. So you'll see the accounts are crossed out on there. I did that because I sent it out to other directors to warn them. Since this is, you know, we don't know, this could be an internal person at Ingram, the book vendor,
Yeah.
we don't know.
Yeah.
So, and it's interesting because I believe Irene has said that they're not answering her, right?
Yeah.
She contacted them to find out what's going on and they haven't answered her, which is very
If there was a
interesting.
smart person in there, they thought they were really.
So the main book vendor for the entire country went out of business. And upset the entire apple cart of book vendors. So somebody could be seeing a whole lot of cash now flowing in and might have decided nobody's gonna notice.
Notice, right?
I don't know.
Wow.
I did order furniture for new furniture for Irene's office, the finance office, because that furniture was very fitted to that room and that room's being completely redesigned. So that was about $6,000. The price of office furniture drives me a little crazy, but it is what it is.
Mhm.
Right, I am in the middle of reevaluating our copier contract. I don't know if anyone else has faced this particular torture. But they are kind of notorious for coming in. Our IT manager has met with one of them. And I'm going through it and we'll go through it with Irene tomorrow. So we might be making some Xerox. And you know, what they're saying is that, so we have 2 copiers that we own that are past end of life and they don't really work. And they're in the workroom. They're not, we have a copier and administration that we love because it works well. So I'm loath to mess with that, but they're coming in and saying that what we're paying for overage now is higher. And with the leases, we'll be paying about a little like $700, $800 a month less if we go with their plan. I will be asking a lot of questions, but I just
Yeah.
want you to know that we're taking a look and I'll be involving Irene. So I'm glad that, and Xerox's service has not been the best.
No.
So I will be pulling Irene heavily into that
I'll give you the
conversation.
name of a company that my company uses. They're pretty good. We use Matyson to do our repairs. They're up in North Jersey. The only thing that I've noticed is that the copiers are getting smaller and smaller. And I'm fine with that, except they do less and less.
Oh, wow,
Yeah, it just drives me crazy.
okay.
So it's.
And that's, you know, like I said, the copier that we have, that big one, it works well. And it doesn't typically need service. So I'm loath to let go of that. Do we need to replace the printers and things in the staff work area? Yes, we do.
Those are old,
But
right?
They're
To be old.
they're ancient.
Yeah.
They're ancient.
Copy machines always troublesome in the school district. Oh my God.
And then they come
Hours
in
you spend on.
and we'll buy you out of your contract, you'll pay nothing and we'll store it here.
I come to the zero repair person because I'm always fixing the copy. Forever fixing the copy, because they're sensitive to the size of paper that you put in there. If you put too thick of a paper, it's not gonna work. If you put too thin of a paper, it jumbles up with the rest of them. I'm always taking it apart.
I say we go back to those machines.
No,
Smell
no,
real good.
We all still go.
Oh, I love that smell.
We're getting just some new carts. Our carts are, I think they're old, I think they're from the old building. So we're working on that, and
I'm just looking at the EMX auction for the electrical rates, nothing on that yet.
nothing. No, EMX is the rates for energy and nothing's come in. Did anybody have any questions from the director's report? Okay, social worker, oh, and Frank, this is your night tonight because your vision has come true. The emergency messaging for the library is now set to go. So you can sign up on the library's website to get an SMS, a text to your phone. If we ever have an emergency closing or a delayed opening from weather-related emergencies, power outages, things like that. So like the police station has, we now have that system in place. And about 50 people have signed up in the 2 days that it's been on there. So hopefully we get more. And we, the more important part is that we have a place to direct people. All right, and our Friday programming, I'm very excited. I wrote in here for everyone. We have a lot going on Friday nights. And that may sound strange, but we just had 85 people
I saw that.
in for a Weird New Jersey program. Our crafts on Friday nights are happening. If we're gonna be open, I wanna be busy.
Yeah.
And giving people a place to go, particularly in this economy, giving our people alcohol consumption is on the decline. Not everybody wants to go and be out on Friday nights around that scene. So giving people a place to go, but karaoke, trivia, things where we're engaging people with learning and sharing and connecting on the library's terms. And it's also gonna be that the way that we make sure that we're serving our adults. And then the emergency switch around in the offices. We had so much going on and I knew I was gonna have to move out of my office temporarily. So I just thought, why not do the work to get ready for the social worker now? So that office is now set up with phone, data line, the cabling is done, and I can show you that space. Right. Any other questions for me?
No. All right. So building and grounds, we don't really have anything other than the projects that we know about.
Yep, that was building the grounds, was the atrium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Finance committee? The finance committee, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're looking into the chart of accounts, and still working on that, but don't really have anything to report there.
Okay. Rosemary, I know you had something on outreach.
I do, I have some stuff. So, a very special thank you to Dawn for hosting the Mayor's Health and Wellness Council here on Monday.
That's about to come.
We had a beautiful turnout.
I forgot.
I'm gonna
It's
do
not on my
everybody,
calendar.
I'm gonna send out the little reminders. And I have to be honest, so a lot of times I just do text messaging like the week before and remind everybody. And then this time I was like, I'm gonna do emails. Now I know I'm going to do the text message, back to the text message, because I get a quicker response. People just see it on their phone quicker than seeing the email. But it was really great. And I have to tell you, so it's so great to have Dawn up there with her excitement of all the programs. Like, it was so sincere, and she just went through each and every single one of the programs, and everybody in the room is like, oh wow, because there's so much here, there's so much more than just the books. And it was such a great opportunity to share that. So the whole outreach and networking thing is very important to continue forward with that. Her staff is really amazing too. So I have to tell you, that Lauren sent me right away. She's keeping me updated with everything that's going on. So this is in June. We do have time for this, but I will leave this here so you guys can take some copies. They're hosting Hackensack Meridian is bringing their van over to the Lawrence Harbor location. So they're providing some really nice, well-rounded services for the community there as well. And then Pam was able to share with me that she was actually invited to speak on a panel for, I think it was the librarian, hold on, I don't want to get this wrong because I like that they are recognizing her work. It was I'm sorry. Where is it?
You mean the NJLA conference?
Yes, thank you, the conferences, there it is. So they invited her to speak on the panel regarding the newsletter, and I did bring in copies. I know Dawn had, and I stole them from the other night, but here's some copies if you want to see the newsletters.
And those
Stole
are
them.
available by email as well.
But, so they were recognizing the fact that the work she's been doing with this is exceptional in comparison to some of the other branches. So they allowed her the opportunity to speak on how she's doing it, exactly how she's running it, what content goes in there. And it's up and running and it's, it's wonderful. It's a wonderful addition. And like Dawn said, you can go online and get copies of it as well, or they have the hard copies here.
And just to let everybody know, this really is, I love the collaboration on this because everyone contributes an article every month. If you look on the back, you'll see my notes or things like that. And we have themes. There's something from youth services every month. Pam picks a different theme every month, and then she corrals everyone in to getting this all put together and making sure that it looks nice. What most libraries are doing now is they're just sending out an email with a list of all of their events. And it's not a newsletter like this, which is actually engaging people. And, there are different topics discussed. It's very, very different what she's doing.
And it's excellent, and it's great to see. So when I did the training that I did for the Board of Trustees that time, I noticed that time they were speaking about all the different branches, and I never heard Old Bridge, and it was so frustrating to me because I know we do a lot of really great stuff here, but now I think that we have that forward steam, that momentum going, that Dawn and her staff are really excelling at so much. And it's so nice to see that and to hear that they asked her to be on a panel, because I think that's important because it's showing that we are leaders and doing things right. So in terms of outreach, I'll start working more and more with them. I'm also collaborating on bringing in Savvy Seniors is going to be a program. I have Professor Collier coming in, so I've been working with Shane on that. That's for our seniors. And then we're also doing a parent cafe. So, we'll be advertising all of that to another great way for networking. So that's pretty much.
I just found out one of my residents is a ESL instructor.
Oh, wow.
I had brought a home the other day from the meeting. And she goes, what you can do? Yes, so I said, we feed Ellen. She goes, yeah, love it.
We just did our first branding. So when you look at our budget, one of the lines that we're going to be changing is it says literacy. And we don't have a literacy program here anymore. What I did was transfer that money over to the English as a second language program. And we're doing a little bit of branding for them. They are getting tote bags, and it's Old Bridge, ESL, and really showing that. And then, eventually we'll want to take a look at citizenship classes, because other libraries that have ESL have citizenship classes and things like that. So the ESL program is very well regarded, and they started conversation sessions as well. So
Here, I can give you the next flyer for next month, but I will send out a reminder. Frank, I'll send you one. They're gonna be like a hard copy.
And I don't even want to.
I'm her secretary 24/7.
All right, personnel negotiations, we discussed all of that. Policy, anything, Teresa, for policy?
No.
we haven't started yet.
Okay, and technology, who's on the technology?
Nothing, I'm just more, this thing.
And I did, just to ask for the finance committee, if we're doing any review of the draft budget that I sent.
No, I was gonna talk, I think that.
Okay. And just one other thing with that is that the process has been previously that the executive assistant for finance would do a drop off of checks and things like that at the treasurer's home. And that is a liability. And I don't know that we can expect a new executive assistant for finance to do that. So we need to take a look at having the checks signed here in the library. And I know that that's been extremely difficult for our treasurer to get to. So that's something that I hope that the finance committee will be able to address. It's certainly not my place to do that, but I want to make you aware that it's something that will be coming up. Irene will be here for one more check signing. And then when it comes to our checks for May, we'll need to have a solution.
This is the treasurer of township.
The library's treasurer.
Oh, okay.
So we will, just wanted to put that on everyone's radar.
Do we have any public? I don't think so. Did we didn't let everybody. No, we have no public. Okay.
Participants, no.
No.
So,
Is there participants?
That's us.
Oh, it's just us.
Okay.
No, because I'm not looking at that, I'm looking like, who am I? All right,
a
so
body of one.
can I get a motion to end the meeting?
I'll make that motion.
Yeah, a second?
I'll say.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Uh,
You must say, yes.
All right.